Capricorn. So let's have a look in terms of love for Capricorn. Okay, the Nine of Wands, Nine of Swords, Page of Pentacles, Three of Wands, and the Two of Cups and the Eight of Cups. Okay, there is a dissolving of a relationship happening for some of you. Interesting, that's got very contrasting outcomes here. For some, I feel like you're walking away and you're walking away into the future. Three has come up twice, so for some there's definitely a third-party situation here or something else that's coming in and affecting your relationship and is acting like a priority, which is in fact making your relationship fall back to the background here. For others, I feel like there's love and engagements that's happening around you. I feel with the Tower card, it's not always bad. I feel like it's a sudden engagement, so it's a surprise engagement for some. And it's going to happen very, very quickly. Something you weren't expecting, you weren't even probably planning for this Capricorn, yet it's coming to fruition here. But I like this. This is twin flame energy here. So a twin flame could enter your life in a very, very electric way and suddenly change everything. It's almost like your head is frazzled, your head is in a spin because of how quickly and magically this happens to you. You'll almost be in disbelief is what I'm seeing here, and you'll actually might be a little bit fearful even, Capricorn, of how quickly this all pans out. It might be that you're already in an existing relationship here and then suddenly you meet a twin flame or someone that is your polar opposite or your mirror, and suddenly you just feel a very, very strong connection to this person and you start feeling conflicted about the person you have around you. For some, you'll actually be interested or be entertaining the idea of an affair. So, you could be playing with fire. Play with fire, you get burnt. There will be consequences. Every action has a reaction, and this people will be affected. There'll be hurt and pain should you decide to do this, because someone will definitely be absolutely heartbroken if this is something you decide on doing, Capricorn. Now, what else has come up here for you? I think there's an offer that looms, but I feel like this person is putting pressure on you in terms of romance. The Page of Pentacles, it is an offer of stability, and it is someone that can make you or give you quite an eventful life or an eventful relationship, as indicated by the cards here. Lots of adventure, passion, sexuality, commitment, stability as well. But it's almost like there's a time limit for this person. So I'm not sure if they'll be traveling soon, or they're leaving the country, or they're embarking on a new job that's elsewhere, and then distance actually drifts the two of you apart. But there's a notion of going separate ways for some of you in regards to love, romance, and relationships. But the most important thing is what I see here is that those that have walked away from someone are actually coming back together. So there's a reconciliation happening, and it's going to happen very, very quickly. Someone is going to reach out and want to be with you, want to be partnered up with you very, very quickly. And they're putting out this sort of energy here because they want you. But there's a sense of urgency again, Capricorn. And again, something about timing. Timing is everything, especially for them. And I feel like if it's an air sign, they are putting a lot of pressure on you, and they may be communicating something to you that doesn't necessarily sit well with you. But I do see you walking away. I do. I see that you're looking to the future. And in your near future, I think you do have a fire sign or an air sign. So whichever sign you've been dealing with, or possibly even a fellow earth sign that's actually coming in here. So which regardless of whichever sign you've actually been dealing with, Capricorn, I see that to the future you're leaving something behind because it no longer fulfills you. It's actually causing you anxiety or grief or emotional instability, as indicated by the moon, which is Cancer energy here. So some of you are emotionally affected by something that's going on in your relationships. Some of you are trying to make it work. I can see that, Capricorn, and you've got hope and belief. And for some, I think there can be a future. This is the Three of Wands is a future here. There's two people coming together in a wonderful union, and there's victory here with the Six of Wands. So for some, it's absolutely the case. Whilst for others, I feel like it's just you're drifting further and further apart, and the Tower card is just bringing more destruction. And it's a vicious cycle for some of you, but it needs to end. And the only way this will end is only if you walk away, Capricorn. Now, if you don't decide to walk away, I feel as though someone else is already picturing a future without you. I'm sorry to say, but there's someone around you that they're not committed. and they're not right for you. And sometimes we can't force things, we can't make them fit, because this person has plans for the future, and unfortunately you're not part of those plans, Capricorn. And let me tell you why. Because this person's plans have something to do with either another person or their own dreams, hopes, wishes and career. And as I said, there is a bit of selfish energy here. So someone is taking into account their own hopes, wishes, wants and dreams. And look, I'm all for it, but the fact that if someone doesn't include you part of their future speaks volumes of where you stand with this person. And this is important, you know, you want equality, you want this, and for some, this person can certainly offer you this, whilst for others they can't. But look, for others, I feel like you're going on an exciting adventure with someone here. You know, the Eight of Cups can denote travel. It can also denote looking for something, seeking adventure with a loved one, or meeting a twin flame soulmate on an adventure of some kind. Now, it could be a trip somewhere near the water, somewhere overseas in a different city, state or country. And this is quite exciting. I think you've got a lot to look forward to in this regard, and it's someone you'll actually be missing here, very, very much so, because you're just so enamored with them. There's a lot of lust and magnetic energy that the two of you will share together. But look, I will leave the love at that for you, Capricorn. Let's have a look and see what's coming up in your creative pursuits and your career. Capricorn. Okay, the Emperor, Six of Pentacles. Ace of Swords has come up twice. Very, very nice. 2 new opportunities will present themselves. And the Magician has come up twice as well. 2 aces, 2 magicians, 2 of wands. Okay, conflict, decisions that need to be made. Again, I think a lot of decision making. Get prepared, Capricorn. Decisions that will impact your future. Strong Aries here. It's come up 3 times. Once with the Emperor, twice with the cards of the Magician. Now, there could be a prominent Aries around you, or someone that is influenced heavily by the element of Aries, or exhibiting Aries behavior around you. But look, what I like about this is there's a lot of ownership, motivation or drive or need to have something that's successful, or something that you see in your future, Capricorn. You're just conflicted about the way you need to go about it, is what I'm seeing here. For some, there's a long distance job opportunity that could be in a different country, city or state, that's actually making its way to you and will actually be presented to you. Now, for some, I feel like there might be financial setbacks and you won't unfortunately be able to take this opportunity, whilst for others, I think you've got abundant resources and funds, or you might even be asking for funds from a legal institution to help bring this opportunity closer to you. The autonomy of the Magician card, you know, the Emperor energy, this is quite a refined energy that's coming in here. And I like that you've got the world in your hands with the 2 of wands here, because this indicates for those that are embarking on some sort of creative pursuit, you're really showing this off to the world. You've got the world in your hands here, so a world of opportunity, the ability to reach different people, different companies, different networking opportunities across the globe, speaks volumes of the success that is yet to come to you. In particular, there could be 2 opportunities you're fighting for, or 2 different jobs you're applying for, and they both could be quite tricky to land, because the Ace of Swords isn't overly easy. There's a lot of steps to take. There's a lot of communication. It can be quite a lengthy process. So I feel for those that have applied for a couple of jobs, in this sense, I feel as though it's quite lengthy. And you do have some tough people to impress, is what I'm seeing here. Some very poised, somewhat intimidating figures that you'll have to impress, Capricorn. But look, there's something about a balance, and about a balance, and I think whoever's around you in the workplace really sees how balanced you are in your work ethic, or your ability to produce results. Your level-headed approach towards mediation, succession planning, problem solving, innovation, team building, skill building, your approach is very much acknowledged, and I'm seeing that someone wants to make something of you here. Now, I think this is someone trying to elevate you, or has spoken about you, and how hard you work, is what I'm seeing with the 10 of Wands. Because there is this elevation card of victory, you know, autonomy, And there's a sense of urgency here again, this need to make things happen faster. So there's something about an opportunity, a window of opportunity may open itself up professionally, and you'll be deciding whether to pursue this or not. So this is quite auspicious for you, Capricorn. I think again you've got a lot of skills, and people are definitely noticing this about you this month, which is very, very positive. But I feel there could be somewhat of an intimidating figure, and I think it is coming from a fire sign, in particular in Aries, but it could be a Sagittarius or a Leo as well. I almost feel like someone is also going to take take you for granted, so to speak, or take advantage of your generosity or your abilities here. So I feel there's someone that's trying to be, I'm not sure if they're trying to test you here, Capricorn, because the Magician, it's come up twice here, and the Magician is quite, he's a manipulator. He sometimes manipulates the way we see things to make them look better, or to make them look more golden or glittery or enticing than they actually are. So just be careful, read the fine print, and make sure it isn't this relationship, this business relationship you have with this other person isn't too one-sided. Because it could be, there's duality here. The notion of the two is reoccurring. So two different opinions, two different people, two conflicting views, two contrasting views, or something of this kind is actually coming up here in the cards for you in relation to your career. But look, I will leave it at that, Capricorn. It's been a pleasure reading for you. I hope this has been insightful. Thank you so much for watching.